Awesome. So for those of you who have tried our code, then you'll know that we are very principled. We have a philosophy. We have a philosophy in the way how we do product, and hopefully we have a philosophy which you see when you interact with us. And our mission is to make the next generation of Python users autonomous when they create and use data in their organizations. That's really, really crucial for us, right? We really think about it every day. And let me show you what this meant has so far for us. So we created DLT around 3.5 years ago. And as you see from our docs, our website, DLT offers a lightweight interface for extracting data from things like REST API, things like SQL databases, cloud storages, and Python data structures, and many more. And that's really like one of the key things how you get value from us, right? We really put what you should be doing on top in the docs. The second thing which we've done is, to fulfill our mission, we automate 90% of data engineering tasks, such as schema creation, normalization, or, for example, the adaptability of integrations. But DLT is much more, and I think like when people interact with us, then you'll start seeing us as something familiar, but you'll see also that we're code, we're Python code. There's hundreds of ETL tools out there, but we're the first one which was a library, and we're code, so you can customize us, but it also means you can put us in a very different context, right? So we not only work with a modern data stack, right, like everything you've invested in the last 10 years, like any of your cloud providers, any of your orchestration or transformation providers or BI tools, but we're also working with the new kids on the block, right, the new Pythonic composable data stack. And this is like what we figured out. We figured out that there's very annoying, often 20-somethings, using Python, and maybe you see the reports. There is now Python is the most popular language in the world, and they use different tooling. And in many of these organizations, to get ML done, you need to combine these things, and this is where we're at. But how does that translate? This autonomy translating into growth, right? We think because we are true to our mission, we're growing very quickly. We think next month we'll be crossing 1 million downloads in that month. And we recently announced 1,000 customers in productions. And you see some of the brand names which we know which are using us. And it usually correlates often with sensitive data, and it often correlates with internal data platform teams. In 70% of the cases, like what people have used before is internal scripts, and they have some sort of internal data platform team which starts working with DLT. Here's the second way which our mission has really unusual effects, right? So we believe that source writing needs to be dramatically simpler than anything else. But not only that, also the automation needs to be that, and most of the maintenance needs to be done automatically. And here you see the numbers. Given that we created things like how to write sources, or our REST API toolkit, or our Open API toolkit, every month there's more and more of you writing custom sources. And last month we had more than 3,000 custom sources written by the community. We think this is only the first step, right? We are ML and LLM native, so we think source catalogs, which have been dominant in our industry, will go away. And we think that we're about to enter an era where we will have what we call ad hoc code, often generated by LLMs. And this is how we build DLT. We grow through our community, right? So in the last couple of weeks, we started traveling. You see us here in London, in San Francisco. You see last week we were in New York. This week we're in Paris. Very excited to be here. Next week we'll be in Berlin. And we support our local partners. Stefan, here's over here, right? We cared deeply about Iceberg. He's got an already full meetup, so I'm not sure I should be advertising this, but I still do. Modern data stack friends, but this is what it means is like, if you feel that anything I've been showing here on these slides is something you care about, reach out to us, we'd like to engage with you. And if you are a consulting shop or some people use us as part of a data platform, we call that technology partners, reach out to us after this. Next week we'll be announcing a technology program for that. So what's the path forward? In the next couple months, we will continue to invest in OSS DLT. And I think there is 3 directions for us which we will to support for those who use us. We will be offering more low-level data lake support. We will work more on data access and schemas, data contracts, and notations. And one thing which we're also planning at next year is we want to launch dltHub, a place where 10,000 of code and snippets are shared and are available to you. Because that's our mission, right? We think the world is much more like Hugging Face. There's 100,000 and million data sets for you to use as you help your customers and your users. Let me move on to the second part of my intro talk. So in spring, we started to shift the company, right? We've been open source. Some of you already who know us asked me, like when I was up there, so how do you guys make money? So we started to make money in spring when we started to help our customers build internal data platforms. And we started with this support packages, be it to help you accelerate your DLT adoption or have support from us, and usually aimed at, and this is pretty uniquely, at internal data platform teams. And as we were doing this work, we ran into companies such as Posthoc. Many of you, I think, are startup people, so you know Posthoc. It's a very popular analytics platform used by over 200,000 developers. And they reached out to us, and as they were launching a new data warehouse product, they worked with us to be the code underneath it, right? So if you add Stripe, HubSpot, Zendex, custom sources to Posthoc, it's DLT underneath. But as they were engaging with us, they ran into all kinds of challenges, and it turned out they are building towards a data lake, and they needed for Delta all kinds of new features, such as backendless Delta tables, destinations, and a couple others. And it turned out that they asked us to build that. And as they were not only the only company this summer, I was in my roadshow in the last couple of weeks, I was asking many of our customers and users what was happening this summer. I was meeting someone this morning asking them, why did you guys suddenly think about data lakes? I think this is like a huge change, I think, in our industry as this industry is changing. Until April, probably Postgres and Snowflake were our most common destination in our community. But suddenly this summer, S3, Azure Blob Storage has started to happen. And people think about things very, very differently. And what we were seeing this summer, and this is the reason why we're going to announce our paid product in this direction, we started to see that people are really interested in these technologies, right? People are some sort of local environment like DuckDB, then S3, right? When we're looking at things as data lake or iceberg, when whether it's IO-based or polars, and so forth, and also automation with Cursor or Databricks, Lakehouse AI, or any other things. And in a way, the product which we're going to launch is a product which is called a composable data lake, which combines many of these things. So why should you consider using DLT+? DLT+ breaks vendor locks with iceberg support. It's what you know from us, right? DLT is pip install and go, right? You can do it like this, and this new product has a similar developer experience, but which enables seamless collaboration in data teams. It's also great for saving cloud costs, and it's also fantastic for compliance and data quality. DLT+ is in pilot stage. This is partly why we're doing this roadshow. If you're interested, because you're doing already, so you're thinking about data lake, if you're thinking about iceberg, reach to any of us. Some of us have dltHub t-shirts, and Martin will be also showing a demo of it later on. What to expect from us as well in terms of roadmap, I think there's 3 things we will be building towards. One is local storage and data lakes. One is a much improved production developer experience. and we'll be also building things for data quality and compliance. Some of you asked me as well already about this. We, as I mentioned, build DLT not only for humans, but also LLMs. And O1 Preview recently started to index DLT, and we will be also, as part of DLT Plus, releasing many more applications which enable AI. For example, in Python code generation, in transformation generation, or documentation generation. So that's it from myself. I just wanted to, especially for those of you who are already using DLT, to give you an idea where we're heading and what also to expect. And I think with that, I would like to invite the first speaker on stage.